Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today it is Valentine's Week at Paper Wishes, and today I've got a great collection of stamps from Penny Black. I can't wait to show you what I did with them. I stayed up late last night just for you guys, so come back and play with us. So my first card is a center step card, and it features the Love Everywhere set and the Warm My Heart set. And what I love about this collection is they are more about love than specifically Valentine's Day, so nowhere in the collection does it say Happy Valentine's Day, which I think makes them really versatile. You get your point across certainly for Valentine's Day, but you could use these year-round. So a very versatile collection, that's for sure. So for this first set right here, you can see I've got this little hedgehog, so cute. I show him a couple other times, so I'm going to move on and show you that again, but we have got the center step card. These are die cut cards. They come pre-folded. They come with 5 cards and envelopes, but if you have a die cutting machine and you want to make unlimited center step cards, oh, I grabbed the wrong one. This is a side step card. The center step card looks a whole lot like this, but it's not this one at all. So anyway, look down below in our products used and you'll find the center step die, and it fits really well within the Big Shot and the Gemini Junior. So it's just under 6 inches wide, so it will fit through your smaller format machines very perfectly. I also use this new 6x6 pattern cardstock from hot off the press. This is perfect little prints to cover my card. And then of course I wanted to add some glimmer, so we've got this beautiful pink heart holographic paper, which I'll use on another card as well. And then the coordinating fuchsia dazzle border, or jewel dazzle border stickers to go with that. So as you can see here, for the center step card, there is a pattern for cutting out this piece right here that you can then glue in your card front. I inked the edges a little bit with brown ink, and then we've got our little side pieces here. Put my fuchsia jewel dazzle stickers there, and then just cut a little rectangle slightly bigger. Instead of matting that, I just offset it a little bit. And then foam taped my greeting. Right here you have my heart. And then just foam tape that a little bit. And then when coloring this little guy, I used some Spectrum Noir pens. These are the Tri-Blend markers, and I used to color in this little guy Tan Blend marker, and then I also used bright pink and then a little bit of light pink as well, and then a little bit of green down here. I'm going to color one for you shortly so you can see how to color one of those little hedgehogs. All right, so for the next one here, same little guy here holding the balloons, use that same little greeting set, and I used an oval die here with that holographic paper once again. So this is 12 oval and scallops cutting dies set, also from hot off the press. And so I just cut it out of Stampin' White cardstock by Hunky Dory. I'll put the link to that below and the products used as well. Great cardstock to use for stamping and coloring. Cut my oval out of that, and then cut this larger scallop oval out of the holographic. This is a 5 by 6.5 inch blank card, and then just put a couple of those little fuchsia jewel border dazzles along the top and the bottom. And then added a little bit of magenta dark pink ribbon, just put, actually from that set, but it's just a little baker's twine there to kind of hold those balloons together. So I wanted to show you how to do a little bit of coloring. Now I did do a little inking using some blender brushes, and then just using a nice little, I think I used Arctic Mist Prism ink, which will also be listed down below. And we've got 2 different set of blender brushes. They both work beautifully. This one has 4 in it and goes down to the very smallest, and this set happens to be a little larger. I'll put both of these in our supplies used as well. So let's get right to this. I want to focus on coloring this little guy. So what I did was I took the largest one. If you're not familiar with Tri-Blend markers, they are just wonderful. They've got 3 pens in one. So they've got a dark, a medium or a mid, and then the light, whoops, the light one. And they just blend beautifully together to give you this great ombre look. So 3 pens in one, and they are just such a versatile pen to use. So what I did was I took the darkest shade And I'm just going around, kind of a little wiggly motion. Maybe we could zoom in a little bit on this, Steve. And I'm going sort of along the outlining of the body here, maybe even a little bit on that hand. Then I'm going to go to the mid or medium pen, and I'm just going to blend that in, kind of going into the little hairs like that, and I'm just blending that in with that darker shade. Now I'm going to color the arm and the hands, and then I'm going to go into this little part here that I shaded on the top of the nose. Okay, making sure that's all blended. Now we're going to use the lightest color right here, and we're going to start blending in like this. And I always say I am not a professional colorer. I enjoy coloring, and I've just sort of found my own techniques for doing that work well for me. I like to start with the darker along the outside edge and then blend in with the lighter ones, but everybody likes to do it a little differently. And I think with just practice, you'll find your own method just fine. Okay, so now I'm going back to the medium shade, and I want to put a little bit more color in. That's the great thing about these. If you find that you're like, well, I want to lighten it up, you can go back in with that light one, and it just kind of does a great job. See, now I've got this sort of little lighter patch there, and I'm just blending that in just like that. And then I left it a little bit lighter around his eyes. So now we're going to take this dark color, and we're going to go along these little hairs, and we're just doing little strokes right around those little hairs, just like that. Kind of going into the body. And now we're going to go to the lighter shade, and we're just coloring in those little white bits that are showing through, just trying to get those colored in. And I'm trying not to blend that darker shade with the light, because I want to have it still have that little hairline look. All right, so now I'm going to take the light shade, I'm going to go down here and just do the little toesies and little feet. And that's how we do that. And then I've got these colors. We've got lavender blend, bright pink, and pale pink to do the balloons. I'm going to do the dark color on the purple, or this is the lavender blend, but it is very dark purple on this color. And then I go to the medium or the mid, and I'm just working my way up to the shoulder of that heart, and now I'm going to go and color with the lightest lavender. That, and we're just coloring in that little highlighted area there. All right, and I think we'll do the dark pink as well. Oops, wow, a little too hard, pulled that right out. There we go. And same thing, we're gonna go to the darker color. Oops, I got out of my alignment there a little bit. And I like to color right up into that shoulder, and then leaving the right shoulder a little lighter, like that. And then we'll do, kind of not doing the same order here that I did on my original, but that's okay. And I'm gonna take care of this little over coloring piece there. I got that on the wrong heart. And whoops. All right, start with a darker color. I'm gonna color this whole thing in dark, because I have this little spot up here I wanted to get. There we go. And as you can see, I just colored them so that I just didn't have two colors right next to each other. Once I was done coloring, I just took my smallest blender brush, and I just went around it like this and kind of just tried to color in all the areas. This small blender brush is perfect for that. All right, and we've got this card is actually from this set, which is the Bunches of Love. Once again, use the center step on this one. And I covered my card with gingham #2 paper pack, and it has this really nice coral color. And then the coordinating cardstock has that same coral color, and I just put that along the bottom there. And then added one of these great border dazzle stickers. This is Pearl and Pastel Fancy Border Dazzle stickers. And I use this one right here in this great peach color. Put that along the bottom. And then in each one of those little scallops, I took one of these larger circles right here, actually the medium-sized circle from these white Jewel Dazzle stickers. And to do that, I just used this little tool. This is a jewel picker, and it's got a small size and a large size right there. And what you would do is just place this right here. You sort of stir it a little bit to break it away, and then it comes right up and you get this little dot, and then you can just place that. I'm going to place it right over that, and you can just place your stickers. And this is just a really handy tool to have as well. Right, and then for coloring, I used a dark brown and then dark red here, and then a nice coral color, and then light green on my leaves. And then I just used my little tiny scissors to cut out around that and glued that on the front, and then used the You Warm My Heart reading from the Warm My Heart set. This last card I did with the envelope right here. And then I also used this stamp as well. This is a 5 by 6.5 inch card, and then I cut 1.5 inches from just the front of the card. And then I covered my card using, this is Wood and Textures 8.5 by 11 paper, and it's got great wood and like the textures, it's got metal and brick and all that. And I used 2 different shades of wood, colors of wood. There's this sort of gray and white chipped paint, and then this wonderful darker wood color, brown wood. And then I stamped right here in a brown ink, and I like to use, when I'm coloring with these pens, you want to use something that is alcohol proof. These are alcohol pens. You don't want to use alcohol-based ink pad, or they'll blend and they'll get all muddy. So this is alcohol proof ink pad. This is rustic brown. And I used rustic brown on all my little hedgehogs. And I think the only one I didn't use rustic brown on was this. I used a black ink pad for this one, which I will link below in the supplies. So stamped everything here in a rustic brown, colored this in using a citrus yellow, dark red, light green, and then the little lavender shade pen again, and then also just a little bit of the pink at the top of that. So what we're going to do is put this together. I also use this new die, or actually it's an older die from hot off the press, but it has just been reprinted, if you will, and reissued, and we have this again in stock. So if any of you were looking for this chicken wire, it was a great seller. It's just a really great basic stamp set to have, or die cutting set to have. And to put that on, I'm going to use my sticky specs. And if you haven't used sticky specs before, they're this fantastic little adhesive sheet that turns any die into a sticker. So I've got my die cut piece here. I like to put it on so that it's extending off a little bit, because it makes it easier to pull off. All right, we're going to take that off and we pull it just like this. And then we're going to set it down there again, get that little piece. All right, and now I'm going to take this. This is just cut out of dark brown paper, and I'm going to line that with the bottom edge of the card. Oops, I'm a little crooked there. What's great about sticky specs is they are repositional. All right. Oops, I've got a little spot there that didn't get adhesive on it. So I'm just going to take my Cosmic Shimmer glue, which is our favorite glue to use. Put that down. And then I'm just going to take my little scissors and cut away any little pieces of this chicken wire die that are sticking off the edge there. There we go. And now we're going to take this and put that right there. And then I've taken another little piece of gray wood and I've stamped Bunches of Love, which is right here from this set. And I'm just going to take some glue, put that on, oops, right on across the top there. So I want to make sure that that opens nicely. And then I've got a little red bow here, red gingham bow, and this is from the red ribbon set. I'm just going to, once I get this little guy glued on here, and I'm going to glue this little bow on. Go. And then the last little bit, oh, I hope I can find it. I have a little heart. Here we go. So what I did was I stamped this another time, and then I colored it red with one of the red Spectrum Noir pens, and then cut it out, put a little foam tape on the back of that. And I want to put that right up there because that just brings color to this little border. Makes it a little bit more dramatic. There we go. And then it just opens up, whoops. If you let your glue dry, it opens up really nicely. So you guys, we've got a wonderful money saver on this great little collection of love heart stamps, perfect for Valentine's Day. If you're watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode, it's on the right-hand side. Just look right over there. And down below, we have our products used list where you'll see everything that I used here, and you can click on them individually and add them to your cart. If you're watching us on YouTube, you guys, first of all, subscribe. We do 3 to 5 of these videos a week. I don't want you to miss anything. And you know what? Just click on the link in the description box below the video, and it will take you to this Paper Wishes webisode page at Paper Wishes. Thanks for joining me today, you guys. Get working on those Valentine's cards, and we'll see you next time.